opponents in tournaments, what should he do?
Well, I mean, to take them seriously, right? To take these guys seriously, it's more psychological. So I always say, there is this phrase, play against the pieces, not the rating. Play against the pieces, just try to be objective, whether you play against high rated, low rated, and so on, right? So that's the advice.
Okay, so next question. Niha asks, her daughter plays chess and gets training with nurtr coaches. She is 1300 rated and 9 years old. What is her future if she does not become a grandmaster?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It does not become, well, it's a hard question. It's like what is the future? Chess is hard. It's a lot, requires a lot of work. 90%. So you never know, right? There is no guarantee. There is no guarantee in everything because there are so many factors, right? You can have the best coaches, the best training, but then you go and off the board something happens, right? So yeah, I think when you work hard, you are going to benefit. Now, which level you get, big question, like impossible to know, right?
Yeah, for next, Robin asked, does young grandmasters get admission and scholarship in USA colleagues? Yes, they do. Like there are, I think, like more and more colleges in US who give scholarship. Yeah, there are, and there is these college championships, guys. But I'll say something controversial. Like, you know, so there is this way. You become a decent chess player. Well, probably nowadays they're already required to be GM, Grandmaster, and get to the US college. So this is one way. But this is not chess career. You basically, if you choose this way, probably you stop there. Because this colleges is not a job. It's a very hard learning, and basically, like these 4 years, there could be like hardly any improvement. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, so that's, of course, some people improve and this, but they like, you know, they don't do a lot of chess. They, you know, they meet, now, for instance, you know, guys like Wesley So, he was in the college, right? He was admitted, but then it was like related to his like move to US and stuff like this. But, you know, after some time, he dropped. He dropped because he realized he cannot really improve. And then after he dropped, very quickly, he became one of the top players in the world. So you keep in mind, right, guys? But I mean, there is this way, Grandmaster, then US scholarship, and you get a good job. But this is not a chess career. Okay, next, Jasmine asked, who is your favorite chess player of all time?
Yeah, well, I was, you know, I grew up watching Garry Kasparov. He was my idol, you know, like I was like every game, like just followed him and so on. Nowadays, it's hard not to be a big fan of Magnus Carlsen, so I think it would be a very simple question. I also really like Chinese Grandmaster Dean Liren for his deep opening preparation, for his play in general. Now, especially before the pandemic, I mean, now he's like somewhat stuck in China. He cannot travel for some reason. I don't know what is there, but yeah. So, like, it would be a simple answer to say Magnus, but also Dean Liren is the second player that I closely follow. Yeah, and before that, Garry Kasparov.
Okay, so next, Leila asks, who motivated you to start playing chess?
Oof, who motivated? I think it was kind of like inside into my family. My grandfather played, and then my dad was also like very decent chess player, candidate master, and it slowly started like this, right? Like it's so kind of like they helped, they pushed, and then I went all the way from there, right? Like from some chess section and so on, and just it's worked well, you know. But it's probably my dad. I would say, like, if there is one clear person, so that was my dad.
Yeah.
Okay, and last question. Brock asked which openings young players should focus more nowadays.
The openings that you like. The opening that are appealing to you personally. Of course, you know, guys, there are like some, let's say, too complicated for some level. Let's say if you're like 1500, 1600, I would say maybe like King's Indian is tough opening. But you know, also there are exceptions that people, there are some players who understand this, right? And they're happy to play this. So it's just the most important. It's like that you like what you see. It's appealing to you, right? And it could be any factor. It could be any factor. It was like easy to study, or you like the pawn structure, or you watch the game of Magnus Carlsen, how he won. Doesn't matter. Like the most important. It's not like I often see like especially new students who are coming to me and they have some like repertoire, and then I'm like, so why do you play this? And he's like, oh, well, just my coach told me to play. I don't like it, but he told me to play. So that's not a good approach, right? So there are so many good openings that you can always switch, right? Well, it requires some work, of course, but you know, something that you feel comfortable with yourself, right? And not to like, you play the game and again like, oh, well, I mean, I played this opening, and once again, I don't like this position, and you know, I'm suffering. Like that shouldn't be. Like you should enjoy it, right? Like you like the pawn structure, you like the positions, and so on.
Okay, so thank you, Boris, for this amazing session, and
thank you. Thanks for moderating.
Thank you, every one of you, for joining. The next camp will be on Sunday with Grandmaster Boris, so don't miss it. And thank you very much.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a nice evening.